moving, got to keep on moving on, keep going on, got to keep on moving on.
You all can make it
in life,
you got to get focused,
keep on moving,
sky is the limit.
You got to get there, keep moving, keep marching on.
You can make it
in life,
you got to get focused,
keep on moving,
sky is the limit.
You got to get there, keep moving, keep marching on.
Keep on moving,
Keep moving, keep marching on.
Good evening and thank you very much for joining us yet again here on Able Differently, where we continue to take charge. Now, since the United Nations formulated human rights for minority groups,
persons with disabilities have been able to be treated equally. Many are realizing their dreams. Today we focus on those, in spite of their challenges, are thriving. I am Judy Okite.
And me Mangi Mbugua.
Karibuni.
Keep moving, keep marching on.
Kassim Vundi is an artist and an ace in his profession. Although he is physically challenged, he has gone through a lot to beat all odds. You will surely be challenged by this story. Let's take a look.
He was born with deformed forearms, and this shocked his mother.
Vile nilimzaa, mimi nilizitoka sana kuona mtoto hana vidole na nilimzalia kwa nyumba. Hana vidole, nikashindwa kwani ni mtoto aina gani. Lakini nikaona tu juu kwanza alikuwa na nguvu kilo 3.5. Alikuwa na kilo mingi. Mama yangu akaniambia huyu mtoto tutapeleka awekwe, kuna sijui mikono ingine inawekangwa hivi. Lakini hakuna kitu kingine alikujanga. Mimi nilichukulia tu ni mtoto wa kawaida. Lakini ikawa akiwa mdogo nilikuwa nalea nikiwa nimevunika. Nilikuwa navunika maguo kabisa ndio asionekane mikono.
Accepting that her firstborn son had no proper arms was not easy, but with time she had to live with it.
Penye alianza kutambaa ndio sasa nikaona amekuwa mkubwa, hata nikishinda kuvalisha nguo mpaka huko mikono itaonekana tu. Mimi nikawacha akaendelea, akakuwa mkubwa akiwa hivyo. Lakini nikimulea akiwa mdogo alikaa miaka 3 ndio aanze kutembea na miguu yake.
Kassim went to normal schools and did not get any special treatment. This made him grow up like the regular kids and shaped him up to be independent.
Nilisoma shule ya kawaida kama wanafunzi wengine. Sikuwa na special care. Soma tu shule ya kawaida. Sababu kila kitu nilikuwa najaribu nafanya kila kitu kama kawaida, kama mtu wako normal. Yeah.
After his secondary education, he did not have finances to further his studies, and this is when he decided to use his passion.
Nilipomaliza high school, singeweza kutegemea mama. Juu pia niko na ndogo wangu wenye wanahitaji kushughulikiwa. Na tangu nikiwa mdogo, nilikuwa napenda kuchora tu. Kuchora cartoons, tu picha hivi kwa vitabu. Nikamwacha nijaribu nione kama hii kuchora inaweza nisaidia. Sasa ndio nilishikana tu na marafiki wenye at least wanajua ile mtu hufanya, wakanionyesha tu janja kidogo. Wakanipea moyo, ndio na mimi nikaanza kuchora. Nikakuwa naweza chora peke yangu. Ndio.
Financial challenge is his major setback because what he gets out of his artwork is hardly enough given the harsh economic times.
Kwa saa hii, hiyo ndio kitu nategemea tu juu. Sina ujanja ingine. Alafu unapata seti na haiwezi simamia mahitaji yangu tu hivyo yote. Pata ile kidogo napata, nalipa nyumba. Labda hata haijatosha, unaona? Unabaki madeni pia kila mahali uko na tu madeni. Kenya huwezi ishi bila madeni.
This is a type of work that uses the arms and lack of them may be a challenge. But for him, this is not a setback. he does his work with no difficulty.
Kwa sasa naweza chora kitu yote peke yangu. Sitegemei mtu. Labda tuseme labda kama ni kutegemea mtu, labda yeye anitie kibarua niambie kuja nipe squad unisaidie hapa hivi kuchora hii kitu. Hiyo sawa. Lakini kitu kingine yote nikipata kazi ya kuchora na chora peke yangu bila usaidizi ya mtu. Ndio.
Though not well paying, he is thankful that he does not have to depend on his mother for everything. He hopes that one day he will be able to get a stable source of income.
Kwa saa hii sina workshop. Naona. Na juu ya workshop inabidi kama ni kuchora na chora kwa nyumba. Na huwezi chora tu vitu ukijaza tu kwa nyumba, juu kwa nyumba pia ni kadogo vile umeona ina space. Unaona? Sasa inabidi lazima nikichora nikuwe nimefanywa ikuwe kitu iko na order. Siwezi chora tu kitu nijaze tu hapo kwa nyumba. Yeah. At least ningekuwa na workshop, ningekuwa nachora tu nikiweka. Ndio.
He advised those with disabilities not to just sit and wait for handouts, but rather make an effort of providing for themselves.
Tunaweza taka kwambia watu walemavu, kitu ya muhimu ni kwamba jikaze uwezavyo. Usitegemee sana kuomba. Kwenda kukaa kwa barabara kama mimi sijaijaribu na ni utamani ni ufurahi sana sijai kuwa na hiyo akili ya kwenda kukaa kwa barabara nimeshika kitu naomba. Nafurahi vile najitafutia. Unaweza taka wengine wenye ni walemavu, tuko wengi pia, wajikaze. Mtu ile kitu unaona kidogo unaweza kutenda, unajikaza bidii yako. Hapo pengine Mwenyezi Mungu atakutendea.
In the quote of the day, we take a look at the saying that goes,
There is no greater disability in the society than the inability of seeing a person as more, by Robert Hansen. What do you think?
yes, I think that is very true. Unfortunately, many times we see persons with disability and we conclude what they are able to do and what they are not able to do.
Absolutely, and it happens even with the normal people. We tend to see people from the point of what we qualify them to be and not what in real sense God created them to be. And that in itself makes so many people not be able to live up to their full potential, because I want to live up to what people really qualify as the best, and maybe that's not who I am.
True.
Now we're taking a short break. Back in a moment. Keep it here. Keep it able differently.
Keep moving, keep marching on. Keep moving, keep marching on.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, then you're watching Able Differently, where we continue to take charge. Now, Whitney is a student at the United States International University pursuing psychology and Chinese language. She's determined to make a difference in the world and to leave a mark in the sands of time, in spite of her being visually impaired. Take a look.
Just like any other child, Whitney was born normal, but as she turned 3 years, her parents realized that something was wrong with her eyes.
It was one morning in 2005 when I was just waking up as usual to go for school, and my mom realized that my eyes were red. So she had noticed that before, but we didn't take it seriously until that morning when Dad was like, I think she has to miss school for today, just go get her checked up. So that's when I just removed my uniform. I was kind of happy because school, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's not really a fun thing to do in the morning. So we left for hospital. I didn't understand anything. I was just being told, get into this room. I see a doctor, opens up my eyes, checks, I'm given medication. And then clinic started on from 2005.
Upon many efforts to ensure that they get help for their only daughter, they finally realized what was ailing her.
My first clinic was at Lyons in Loresho, where the doctor said I had an allergy and that my left eye had been affected by a growth, and they will try to remove it. So now that proposed a surgery, and Mom had to now start looking for extra cash to take me to hospital for the surgery to try and remove the growth from at the back of my eye.
Whitney underwent several surgeries to rectify the eye, but all did not go well.
First surgery was in class 8. That's when I did my first surgery after the mini clinics from class 3. So the first one was to try and remove the growth, which after the surgery, the doctor was like, yeah, it removed. Now they had to observe it, how it will react to the surgery. After which I got a cataract. So I was in a boarding school then. So I was on and off leaving school After surgery, I took like a month at home to relax and at least, get better in time. So once I went back to school, then I got the cataract. So the same week, my mom came back for me because the teachers called saying my eye has something. They couldn't tell what it was until we went to the hospital and they're like, oh, it's a cataract, so we need to do another surgery to remove it because it was in the eye. So that's when I did the second surgery for the cataract to be removed.
Since she was unable to see well with her left eye and the right one seeing blur images, Whitney was given devices which would help her see.
They first gave me a magnifier, which was 3 times magnifier. So after using that, then I saw it was not helping me anymore. So they gave me a 5 times magnifier. Then just in the class 8 duration, it got weaker. Then they gave me an 8 times. That is what I'm using until now. And I also have a monocular device. I just put it on one of my best eye, which is my right eye. Then I focus it to the blackboard to read probably what the teacher is writing down on the board.
She further explains why she can't use spectacles.
People would ask if you can have a magnifier that's just like a spec, just that it's something you hold, why wouldn't the doctors try and make it like a spectacle? The problem is that magnifier, when I'm using it on a piece of paper, I have to put it in a place where now my eye sees. I myself am not sure where. I just like focus it somewhere, then I see it's clear, it's blur. Now until it's clear, I start reading. So if you to put it in a glass, where would you put the point where my eye is seeing? I myself don't know. It's very hard to note where the cornea that's remaining, the remaining part of the cornea, where exactly it is, for the doctor to put now the exact part. A glass is like, a spectacle is where like the whole eye can just view from. But now this one just needs to be just a dot of the spectacle, where is the problem.
For Whitney, school life wasn't easy considering the fact that she was in a regular school all her life.
I went to a regular school and I'm still in one right now. After seeing it like a joke from class 3, it got real when I was in class 6. Now when I understood that, we are waking up early in the morning to go to Kikuyu to line up, because by 5 we had to be there, so probably woke up around 4:30 a.m. to be there. That's when I knew now this is not the joke I used to see anymore. This is a real problem. It's a real life situation. Am I gonna be like this? I used to cry now and then, but now with the support of my mom, I knew that I'll get better. She used to tell me, you'll get better, you just have to pray, you'll be okay. Since we're seeing a doctor, just pray for us, So school was never easy now from then. When I joined boarding, now people used to realize I'm struggling, probably in the darkness I'm falling into ditches or being knocked by anything that's probably on my way. Yeah, it was never easy. They asked, what do you ever see a doctor? Do you do this? Now it became harder to explain it to teachers.
Moral support from the family and friends is something this lady will always be grateful for.
I say I'm blessed because I'm in the very best loving family, because they did not put me back like you can go to school, just stay at home. They always tell me to come out, do what everybody else is doing out there. If you have to struggle to survive, I think that's the only choice we can always give you, which is very good, because people of my kind will be put back in the houses, locked down there, no school, you can't even mingle, no friends. But then my life is so normal. I only actually remember I'm probably disabled if I'm getting a hard situation, like I'm told to sign somewhere, then I remember, oh, I can't write this. How am I supposed to tell this person? My mom has always told me, pray, just pray, never give up. I know she can never give me my eyesight back or even other eyes, but she has always told me, you have to do it, you have to do it. Actually, something my dad told me the other day, as much as Michelle Obama is living the White House, you'll always be my Michelle Obama. And I'm like, if these people are really putting all their life in, they just don't want to know what's going to happen or anything. They don't know about tomorrow, but for that minute, they always stand by me 100%. So I can never doubt the love from my family, because they're always there for me, especially my mom and dad.
Whitney has taken it upon herself to create awareness of persons living with uveitis, and she hopes that it will be of help.
A very close friend of mine advised me, once you get into a class, ask for 5 minutes from the lecturer, probably after the course, for those people to remain in class, address them on your issue, because those are the people you'll be with for a whole semester. I didn't do that for that semester. I was scared. How do I even stand? How do I tell them? How will they react? That is my biggest worry, because with the high esteem I have, it could easily be broken down by what probably that one person in that class might react like, you're faking it. I didn't want to do that. But on that day, the semester, my second English class, we were asked to mention topics that you'll talk about if you're given an essay to write on. So people said different things, and I decided to say disability. That was interesting, like what do you mean? Until now I was given 5 minutes. That's when I decided to use that plan I'd been told by a friend.
She draws high motivation from her friends who believe in her and tell her that she can make it.
I'm a very social person, so it's very easy for me to make friends. So the social thing in me, my family, my friends, I have very good friends. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody who has a similar case, like a friend or anything. I've never met anyone with a similar case. Everybody around me is just like normal and all that, no problem, no struggle. If they have their own weaknesses, I think just cheap weaknesses like tall, short and all that. I'm the only one with a very, very like critical weakness. So they really support me. They tell me, no, you have to do this, you can. Then they remind me, you're not completely blind. What about that other person? What do you think? I'm like, oh yeah, let me use what I have to make it in life.
Her advice to persons with disabilities is to use what they have to make the best out of it. Hence, disability is not inability.
So many people are staying back. They're making their disability block them from where they want to go or what they want to do in life. What I know is that everybody can do it in this world. Even whoever is sitting back, hey, I can't see, I can't walk, I can't hear, I can't talk. But there's something that I realized, that there's something, as much as I can see, I have a very special thing that I can do best that anybody else can do. So what you do with that, you use it. Furthermore, it's only one part that's spoiled. Like for me, it's my eyes. Unless I have my mouth, I have my ears, I have my legs. So I can do a lot with whatever I have. That one part that is disabled or even everything should not stop that one person from going or doing whatever they want to achieve in life.
Keep moving, keep marching on.
What was different about your body when you were born?
I was actually born with one finger on my left hand and a full left leg, but it was curved. I had surgery when I was 2.5 years old to remove the part that was curved, so I had a stump that they could put a prosthetic leg on. And then they took the big toe from that and they put it on my left hand, so I have 2 fingers. I did tons of physical therapy to try to get my new finger to work like a real finger and not like a toe. I was always trying to figure out how to bring them together and how to get them to come together and touch. And I was sitting in the shower and it touched. And it was amazing. I was running around the house screaming, yay, I did it! Because that was like the first milestone.
Do you feel different than other kids?
Sometimes I do. People do stare and whisper. I'll be thinking like, there's tons of kids in this world. How did he happen to choose me to be one of the kids that had to get their leg taken away? And I asked God, like, can you please give me a leg? Somehow, some way. Well, then I have to think, I was born like this. I can't change it. And when I play sports, I don't feel different. I don't think about anything else. I just think about what's happening in the game.
Would you say sports have become a ritual for you?
Yes, because I feel like if I don't play sports every day, I feel weird. I've always felt like sports is where I can go when I'm sad or lonely or anything. I love competition. I love the feeling. I love being under pressure and everything. When I'm playing sports, I go from thinking about all the other things to game mode. When I'm in the zone, I feel like I have this like fire around me. And then the flames pop up and have this circle around it. So any thoughts that try to come in and they get burned by the fire and they don't let in.
Do you feel you have to work harder than other kids?
Oh, yes. I bet kids, when they take a step, oh, I took a step, big deal. For me, when I take a step, I say, oh, no big deal, but I thought about every little bit. I put so much pressure on my body from being in a prosthetic all day. I come home, I'm like dying from back pain, and I have to stretch before I go to bed every night.
So how do you stay positive?
I have to think about what I have instead of what I don't have. I have a great life. I have a great family. I have great legs. I have great friends. I have a great school. I could go on for years. I'm just grateful that I have so many things that are great in my life. There's lots of challenges in people's life, and that's a little wall right there. So I try to break down that wall. If I'm just running around like playing soccer or shooting a layup, I don't think about it. I don't feel different when I'm playing sports because that takes me away from my disability, but it's a good thing that I'm born like this. I've learned to be confident in myself. I've learned how to be strong.
Let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability.
The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities states that state parties recognize the rights of persons with disabilities to work on an equal basis with others. This includes the right to the opportunity to gain a living by work freely chosen or accepted in a labor market and work environment that is open, inclusive and accessible to persons with disabilities.
Life calls for celebration in every given endeavor we take, and therefore, let's walk there and celebrate each other in this society.
Well, people, it's been lovely to have you on board. See you again next week. It's me, Judy Okita.
And me, Maingi Mbogwa.
Bye.
Mwangaza at the end of the road, though the walk is tougher, sijafa moyo, natamani sana future, and so I'm on the go. I'm never gonna give up, I got to keep hope alive. Eyes on the prize, lazima nifike, and with God by my side, lazima nishinde. Yeah. Fike, yeah.